do nothing about that. Thank you. You walk. We know the Bible is our guide and our hope. And we know that the Bible says that it was in the days of Noah, it was in the days of the Son of Man. And the Bible shows that this is the time of the end that we live in. And violence is to the earth. But God has a purpose in mind and He's going to wipe out every wicked soul. Have you talked to the gang members? No, I don't know who the gang members. We go from house to house, we talk to people, we show them from the Bible. The Bible says if you turn away from violence, God is going to give you His reward. But if you continue in violence, He's going to flip your clean from all this and bring a destruction to those who hate, those who are ruining His earth. Because that's not God's way. God's way is love.
Yeah, we're missing these women today. We don't have this anymore. Tell them, Grandma. Tell them, Grandma. These streets look the same today, I'm sure. This is in the 70s.
Somebody cares. Somebody, this is the percentage why we speaking up. But that 5%, that die hardcore, for example, then crush it.
Bong, see, that's the most important thing. We don't have black leadership saying this anymore. He said that 5% of us that we can't just seem to get right, the ones that cause mayhem, and that's from the adults to the kids. He said, crush them. And that's, see, black communities, we never accepted this in the past. This is something new with progressivism. And it's not, to me, something that's made anything better. It's only made it worse. There is always going to be a percentage of people who just choose the wrong way. Our job isn't to focus on them. Our job is to focus on the 95% who are attempting to live it the right way. That's where these not so progressives have tricked us out of everything, including salvation.
I ask you to talk and to lean back in your chair. Just keep talking. Try it once more. If you could lean forward, and then I'll ask you a question. Lean forward the way you were. I'm sorry, to spread it various groups.
And then we move into the next bracket 10 years of age, 12 years of age. 15 now they're big guy.
Yep.
16, 17, they're ready to move out. Now, in the past, where this old hit me, I say with ages will start at 7, 16, 17, 18, 19, he's pulling out because now you realize that if otherness is not to his advantage.
Exactly.
And in the past, this old hit me, I say, didn't reach back to help his young brother to correct him, to let him know that this is the wrong.
Now, listen to the gentleman. He's absolutely correct, but he's also missing this other point. People are not going to do things for people, sacrifice for ungrateful people. And it's just like in our population, it does. The people don't seem grateful. They don't respect their teachers. They don't respect the social workers. They don't respect the people who spend their lives servicing them and trying to make their lives better. So at some point, as black men, we're not going to keep going back to the very same women that disrespect us, divorce us, and go save their children when we're dealing with divorces ourselves, where our children are taken. So you're like the whole society has kind of been crushed, but yet certain groups in the society still expect someone to help them or care. And that to me, sir, I get it. In a perfect world, we'd all be kind, generous, um, um, grateful. But in the world that we're in today, it's no benefit to helping people, and especially helping ungrateful people.
Way. But now Now we're getting this old head to reach back to help us to correct this little guy and to let this guy,
Yeah,
this
if you
little
say
guy know
so.
this is not the right direction. This is the help I'm getting now, plus the community, plus the neighborhood groups, plus the dedicated people. Out there we have a lot of dedicated people that you don't even know about.
Now, see, this is the beginning of all this. Not the beginning, but this is in the 70s, people. I want you to keep that in mind. This is not 2026. This is not Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking, even though they're using the same language. He keeps talking about this community aspect of raising children. And that's a hustle that's been like we've been suckered by. It is not the community's obligation to raise your child. It only becomes the community's obligation when you failed. And then the community, aka the government, has to come in and help you supervise things. But it is not our job as strangers to help you manage your life. I mean, of course, I mean, I've been in trouble. I'm in trouble now. And it's always nice to have help. But to expect it, to feel entitled to it, that's where the problem is, sir. Let's go.
Doing a job that the city might have reason to do for nothing. There's Roberts, there's a Steve Penner, there's a guy named Country, there's a Tom Brown, there's a Joe Lord. They're out there helping us in the very areas of the city for nothing. And these are some of the people that I like to get on the record.
Is there always violence? Is that a real story, or is it a lot of statistics that people have made up?
That's real.
Talk to
Why
him.
does it have to
Talk
be
to
today?
him. See, we don't have this. This is the thing I miss about the 70s, even though I was, just an infant. But the energy was still going on to the 80s. He told you straight up, media. I know you have another angle you want to go with, but he told you, no, it's real. It's very real. And this is what we're trying to tell these progressives. It's very real. The violence, the degradation, the despair. It's not good to just cater to this. Talk to him, brother.
Exactly. Like, you can't forget on us, see. Moving to defend ourselves, Like, let anybody run over us, That's what I'm talking.
Now, I want you to relate that same answer. He said, we're not going to let anyone run over us. Look, you can read it. Ain't let nobody run over us. That's where it all starts. Now, I want you to think about Carmelo Anthony and the Metcalf case today. I want you to think about that same energy. This is a gentleman in the 1970s. We are 50, 80s, 90s, 1000, 1020. We are over 50 years later with this still kind of angry, aggressive mentality. It's oh my God, it's frightening the idea of this. And I think this is a good dude.
Now what happens after?
And here's what? There's a fight, no. Everybody go where you want to go. Like, go to your girl's house, get some wine and all that.
Same stuff.
What's something in the problem?
And you breaking other people's house, all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Straight up.
yeah. Regular stuff. This is
What
Philly, people. This is
what could
Philly.
the city or anybody do to help the gang steer away from some of the violence? You mentioned Johns when we were talking earlier.
Right, yeah.
How would Johns make a difference?
What needs to be out of trouble? Stay out of trouble. Go be on the corner and be working, And it's working time. Going home,
Too tired of doing it.
So that's what it is.
Are most of the people who live on a corner or on a block, they most of them belong to gangs?
Yeah.
And this is a fact. That's what the Bible addresses specifically. With idle hands, idle minds, idle time, these are all like entrances of despair, of sin and evil, of bad choices, man. Men, especially men, but I see even women. I thought children and family was how but that doesn't seem to entice them as much anymore. They want to be out in the game with the men. And hey, hey, modernization is modernization. It is what it is. I've seen a video recently. I just did one where I watched how a woman talked about being at home all the time and how that was like so depressing to her. And I actually felt her pain there. I get it. Like when you're at home and everybody's outside. But these gentlemen here, this is in the 1970s, and we're still talking about. He's saying If we had jobs, we would work, we'd be tired, and yes, but you can have that. You don't need the government to get a program. You may not have the job you like, but you just put a little effort and energy. But I don't think that's the answer, honestly. I think that's kind of like the excuse that's been built into why we keep failing. This gentleman could get a job. He could straighten himself out, get a haircut, but he'd rather be on. Listen, hanging out on the corner, getting fast money, being around women and noise and excitement. That's like a drug. It's a drug. It really is. As opposed to the boringness of quiet at home. And plus, we're not raised in environments where it's quiet. So we're going to naturally want to be in the same environments we grew up in. And I think that's what this gentleman I don't. I think he's being as honest as he can because we'd like to believe with the better choices we would make better. We would make better decisions, but I'm not so convinced. But let's keep going.
How do they, can they get out anytime they want?
Anytime they want, yeah, if they want, most of the time they don't.
How long have you belonged to gangs? When did you join? Tell me a little bit about your personal
That's
history.
why you
How old were you then?
15,
15,
Is that young or is that old?
you know,
And how old are you?
19.
like a grown, that 30-year-old man, right? Men were different in these times, man. Listen, I'm gonna pause it over there, man. Like, men, you could clearly see this dude said I'm 19. I swore this dude was 35. Yo, men were built different in those times. I don't know. Everything is very effeminate. I don't see like dudes like this no more. Like, this 19-year-old will run through the whole block. Like, I don't want no smoke with this dude. 19? He looks like a savage. Love it.
What could he do?
I'll be 20 right now.
What are you going to be doing today?
Look at he's hardened.
I want to go swimming.
What do you do most time? Just hang around the corners?
Yeah, I work.
You work, right? What about most of the guys again? What do they do most of the day? On the range?
Drink a wine, go to somebody's house.
Chill.
Sit around.
Well, we've been doing that for
A lot
decades.
of sitting around.
Chilling. We call it chilling.
Came out bad, just, when people confuse that, came out bad, they don't feel like, they say something, they say like,
What about this guy?
exactly. We're over here together, so,
He ain't doing nothing. He said, politician running his mouth. Same game. Black Philly, 1970s.
They mean they locked him up or what?
yeah, you locked up tonight, y'all get back to the street tomorrow.
Do you think they could do more than they're doing?
Well, the company is up to them. They were getting ready to do their job.
What would you recommend to stop it all?
They were texting my wife. What is the best thing I know to do is to get a project. You know what? President Roosevelt, you know what he did? Yes, he can. But I think that's the same thing now to do with solve the problem. But they really can't. That will work. I think that's
You're trying to say
So I want you to see a perfect example of why they removed manhood from the black community. This one OG man here. If you listen to the men, even the mayor or whoever that other guy was, I'm sure he's a Brandon Johnson of his time. But every single one of them, because that's what manhood stood, was saying that we got to put them to work. They have to work, and it has to be like a government program. It's not a choice. We can't give kids the choice to once they mess up, that choice is taken away. But once you remove once these last men died out and the rest of the new ones all went to prison and it was just ran by like these old women, instead of talking about hard work and like them having to achieve something, it all became mental health issues and like society is oppressing them. We just need free money. We just need free. It's we went away from the idea of manhood, hard work, overcoming obstacles, and dealing with adversity to talking about it, not actually implementing it in any way. That's the change between when this gentleman here to the left gave, like when he went passed on, and all of the men like him, and it became those women to the right who ran everything. This is not personal. A whole nation is at stake. I don't got time to make you feel good, ladies. You know it and I know it. It's time like other people know it. This is probably my grandparents at this time. This is that era.
What are you doing, partner?
I never think that the fact that many people in
They can do something.
See the men?
Policemen on the street.
to the
Men
gas
want
station,
cops. They
anybody
want
talking
law.
about violence and
Well, it is the majority don't get few.
Right.
Few, but when they
Right.
travel in the bunch, you know,
Right.
what it is.
That's the problem. That this is why, in some ways, I think this is like government or corporate or like whatever you want to go Illuminati funded. Because we know, like these bad people in our communities, it's not a lot. The ones that ruin our schools, it's not a lot. But somehow, all the laws and systems are there to protect them. The 5% of ratchet, the lower bottom of our societies, everything today is directed towards protecting them, which gives them a lot more power than their numbers really have. And you could argue that about all these social issues, whether it's feminist, well, not feminists, they all together, that's the majority. But even like flag community issues, these are minority issues. Men who want to be women, women who want to be men, these are like such small percentages. But when they put the fuel of corporations, of media, of politicians, government behind them, you would think it's billions of them. That also applies to the group I can never say out loud.
Thank you very much.
You see these men?
all communities. I think it's affecting all communities. Some have them special for the young boys or who's that?
Well, it's mostly young ones, younger ones.
Yes.
And, yeah, I think it'll stop it. I believe that it'll stop it.
What will stop it?
Oh, they don't want to die. That's why they go in gangs. But they're ready to kill somebody else.
Yeah, same problem.
6:30 on Channel 6. Next week sometime. Monday probably, but maybe not this week. Okay?
And let me also point out the other part of this documentary, man. Shout outs to Hezekiah News, man. My go-to for everything soulful and real and giving the truth. He's compiled amount of videos, man. Shout outs to this brother, man. Nothing but respect. I appreciate everything you do. You know, I forgot what I was gonna say about this, man. But let's keep going anyway. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say about the liberal lady like interviewing everyone, like this media thing. It's always been a thing to kind of go into these ghetto places and interview. And I don't know. I don't. I guess it's important, but it's also awkward to see this same woman interviewing a bunch of poor black people for decades, centuries. Some might say. This is the YT liberal. Even she got a cigarette. Yo, everybody got a cigarette. Yo, the 70s, man. I need to go. I was born in the wrong era. I really don't belong here in this weird world. I should have been an adult in the 70s. It would have made sense. Look at him, just showing her the ropes. Yeah.
No, he's
See, these white liberals have always been fascinated with us as a experiment. They love to come report on it. We're fascinating, like animals, going to the zoo to look at animals and talk about them. That's how I feel when I see, especially with the YT woman, progressive liberal. I don't like when she comes into our neighborhoods and interviews our poverty and it seems like it's still happening. Now it's women of all cultures coming in to examine the animals. That's how I feel. Let's see if we can get to something more. I know Philly got. Oh, here we go.
how long you get there? You don't know, at least 6 months. And what were you doing before you came? Before I came over with my brother and my stepfather, was in there since we were. Were you in a gang? Yeah. I was 24 coffee. Was it a big one or is it a small one? It's a big gang. How many people? Oh, well, a good 100 or something. I'm sorry. Were you on a lot of gang fights and that kind of thing? I was in a lot of gang fights too. What? Right. Like, I was
She's gonna ask why you smile. I think.
like, it was so that, walking down the street places and you see somebody, you usually get mixed up in a fight, that's, kind of stuff. Get in the booth and go in. And I would get, try to get caught in school or something, get, fight my way out of school, I think. But like, I ain't never fight a whole lot, like, get out the shit, I didn't like that from the start. Why did you leave the game? Because I just, through the how many times my neck almost
Yeah. See.
and
What you mean? How do you mean?
come home from school and a lot of boys out there, all the getting moved on a couple of times, I got sprayed because my back was like and run home real quick.
No, this young man, he's telling you the truth, man. Because even I, the Gemini here, man, my life has been filled with near life death situations, just being in the hood. I don't know how many times I've been jumped by 10, 12 dudes, hammers swung at me, just for walking around, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, shots flying by. I've experienced this at least 7, 8, 9, 10 times in life to the point where, like, you're almost prepared for it. The sad thing is, I'm actually just being born in the moment of this interview with this young man. While he's speaking right now, I don't know how old he is. I'm probably just being born, or I'm like 1 or 2. So what I'm seeing is the generation before me. I'm born into it, and I live the same story as he lived. Because I don't even know if this young man would realize that the 80s and 90s it would get even worse. And those are my prime years. It's almost a miracle in some ways growing up in the environment I grew up in that I actually like lived to be 51 and lived with at least my sanity and not and not go to prison and all because it only got worse. And you already hearing the young men tell you how it is.
And a lot of times, like when people they come around and shooting in the car, that was a long time ago, but they used to come around the car and they were shooting at you. Away from for a long time. I just must, they were smaller kids, so I was in for a lot of trouble. Let me ask you once more, if you want me, why you got out? Why did you get out? Was it just to keep
He
alive?
said to
Was it,
save his life.
did you have too many close
He
calls?
saw the
What was
ending.
it? Once more. I think there are too many close calls.
Yeah, he saw the
No,
ending.
really, two is, I thought it was about two or three. So I think that's enough, and really one is enough. That's what it was
What
about
a,
two.
bro, let me tell you, man. You know, man, let me tell you, the last two gentlemen, even though they, bro, we just was different, man. I don't know what happened to us, man. Because I could see this young man. I could work with this young man, man. He got us. He's got something. I could feel. I could see it. We can hear it. They smart. They're thinking. The ones we got today, man, their brains are fried. They're fried. They're not like the thugs of yesterday. Even if they're doing more violence today or whatever, the thugs of yesterday, they were more manly than the thugs of today. I'm gonna say it. Don't care how you feel.
And you want to stay alive.
That's right. That's right, brother. Boys Town. I worked for Boys Town. I worked for Boys Town at one time. I got trained by them in behavioral management. Interesting. This is Boys Town in Philly in 1970.
While many are still running with the gang, retaliating against other members, there are some, a few, who come to the house of emotion. This is a kind of sanctuary where some guys come when they want out, when they want to stay alive. Once more.
Look at this chick, boy. She out here trying to get
While
it.
many of the
She out
guys,
here trying to blow up off these poor people. That's what I hate
while
about all
many
this.
are still running with the gang, retaliating against other members, there are a few who come to the house of emotion. This is a kind of sanctuary where some come who want out, who want to stay alive. Ann Medina, ABC News, Philadelphia.
Fake news. Still fake news. All I'm gonna just say it like this, man. Yo, shout out to my FBA family, my FBA brothers, man. Yo, we've been fighting a long time against the same entities, and now we have new problems that are coming into our lives. We must band together. Our women must reject feminism. Our men must reject globalism. We cannot be democratic shills. We have to be independent. We can't allow this violence to continue. We can't allow this poverty, low education, crime, jailings. We can't, and it can't be through the government. It's gotta. You can't keep rejecting manhood, women, because men are the only thing that are going to help other men. You can't save the boys. You don't know how, but yet you seem to have the power of the purse, power of the government, and that's why we can't get out of this. My people, Gemini Lounge, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be on it until the last breath I have, man. I'm hoping I can convince enough of you that the way we have been going is the wrong way, and the people are suffering.